Yeah.
Hello, world changers! Welcome back for another amazing podcast. I am super excited about today's podcast, not only because I get to introduce him to the world, but I've also known him for, I couldn't even tell you how long. And so I'm very excited that Zoe is going to be joining us to just...
Hey, you can't help being yourself.
At the end of the day, we're doing what we need to do. And, so Zoe... You want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah. NLMB Zorilla, you know. Goddamn, well, if you didn't know, or just in case you forgot, Jesus is black. If you don't believe me, you contact me and I'll send you the proof.
And he will show it to you 100%. Harold, that one was for you.
Tight. Sugar honey iced tea.
Okay, so what else should we know about Zoe? You got any kids?
I mean, yeah, I got 2 kids. You know, Kyrie and Lorenzo Jr.
That's right.
Zoe Jr.
Yeah.
I love them very much.
Mhm.
I wish they was right here with me.
Me too. I got all the toys and stuff.
Junior would have been in there so happy at that motherfucker. Don't you know they holding my juice hostage?
So okay, and all right, perfect. Anything else you want to introduce yourself with?
No, I think they got enough for now.
I think so too, and we got a long way to go, so I'm not worried about it at all. So today's episode, actually, when Zoe and I were first talking on what, he's like, you got to come up with the questions, and then I'll just talk. And I was like, what would be a good topic for, because I base my topics off of the guests that I have.
Mm-hmm.
There's never like a preset. I don't have a list of topics because everybody is different. So like I have like my Gramps. That one was like saving nature and type of like he wanted to talk about saving the world and how people have the ability to do that. And so he was on that podcast. But for you, I was like, we've had so many deep, heartfelt conversations, whether it was like when we first met and I just started hanging out and playing Fortnite with you, to, starting to date one of your best friends and us forming our own bond and me not just being the, oh, that's Harold's girlfriend.
Yeah.
I was P and that transition. And
to payday.
It's a payday and now to in the wedding to, this is like, we're just one big family now. And who'd ever thought?
Nobody.
What the heck?
Well, I got, sorry to cut you off.
No,
but it's crazy. The 2 of my best friends, they both females and they both white girls.
Mm.
So
what are the odds?
Right. So
what are the odds?
Opposite of Emmett Till.
Yeah. That is, and so I thought that a good podcast would be, the getting personal, like what I don't know, what I should know, what you want to tell me, what you want to know about me, literally just us having a conversation, but I want to know who Zoe is so much deeper than I already do.
Okay.
And so that's what this episode will be about, just because, when Lorenzo Jr. is older, he'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe my dad is this like cool. Just seeing him, just seeing him on the thing. And so we'll kind of deep dive, and then whatever you feel like, if just like how you just cut me off. I can pick up where we left off, no problem. I can pick up the conversation. So if you have something that comes to mind, just cut me off. Who cares? Who totally cares? Unless it's that stupid joke that's like, what does the interrupting cow sound like, or something? And somebody meows.
Cow is wild.
And it moves and they moo in your face. I don't know. So you never had that happen to you? That's crazy. Anyway. That's wild. So yeah, we'll just start with maybe you growing up and like what it was like to be you growing up and having siblings and just like growing and where you grew up and coming to Duluth and that type of thing, and then we'll go from there.
All right. So.
Are you the youngest?
No, I'm actually the middle child.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You know.
Okay.
I'm from Chicago. I was born and raised down there. When I was born in the Ida B. Wells, which is the projects.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
They tore them down though, so you can't go down there and see it. or whatever.
Gentrifying it, I bet. They like building new things.
Yeah, it was a lot going on.
Oh, yeah.
It was a lot going on.
Okay, gotcha.
Like we just gotta I think that that I know of, and right, born and raised in Chicago, whatever.
Do you go to school?
I went to school.
Until like.
I went to preschool at Doolittle.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Cool.
Born and raised down there. My I got hair now, right? Now I had way longer hair.
Oh, I've seen some pictures of like.
Yeah.
Maybe not super little, but little.
Yeah, like probably when I was like 3, I had butters, which means real long hair. Right.
Oh my god.
For a black person.
Okay, gotcha.
Right, and then
I could not imagine that.
Yeah. So my grandma snuck in. She tricked me. No, she got me. She's like, yeah, let's go to Dunkin' Donuts. You know, I like that stuff. All the time. So we walk here, right? And like, I know where it's at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember. I can still see it in my head right now. I know where it's at. So we was getting close to Dunkin' Donuts. So I'm getting geeked up. We walking past that. I'm like, I could look at man.
Are we going there?
So we walk past there, and we walk all the way to the barbershop, and he got my hair cut off because he said it made me look like a girl.
Oh, and then after that, you were like, yeah, okay, take it off, cut it.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I'm from Chicago. I grew up rough like everybody else down there, but I'm not a statistic. Okay.
Thanks for saying that.
Right, I'm not a statistic. Okay, I'm not your average.
I can attest to that.
African American. You know what I'm saying? Male.
Yeah.
And
then when did you move to Duluth? Not till you were middle school?
Nah, I ain't come up here till I was like halfway through my freshman year of high school.
Oh, okay, and that's when you met Harold and everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
We was wilding.
Yes, I've heard the stories.
Yeah.
I've heard the stories.
we was wild. We came up here. I ain't really like it at first. It was different. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure.
Like, or whatever. But then eventually it just kind of grew on me, and at the end of the day, I just thank my mom, and you just gotta realize it's a lot safer.
Lot safer.
So
yeah.
I thank her for that.
Yeah, I thank her for that too, because if you would have never moved, I would have never met you.
Right.
So it's crazy.
Yeah.
And so when you moved from middle school to high school, halfway through freshman year, that must have been like kind of tough. Like you didn't know anybody, did you, or did you?
Two of our cousins was up here.
Oh, okay.
So we came up here to them.
Okay, so you had somebody that you knew.
Yeah.
In the same grade or no?
My cousin?
Yeah.
Or.
Yeah,
but we ain't supposed to be because they older than me. Yeah, because they do much about that.
Gotcha.
Right.
So yeah, then it just kind of grew on you, and I think we met when we both were 18, 19?
Yeah, around that time.
Yeah, I think, because I met Harold when I was about to be 20, and he just turned 20. And then we celebrated, you're in 98, right?
99.
Okay, so we celebrated your birthday at the Dells when Harold was turning 20, I think, or he just turned 20 and you were turning 19. That's when we all went to the Dells. But I had met you before Harold.
Oh yeah.
Even like in the past mistakes, I've met you there.
Yeah.
And so, that's so. And now it's 2024, so it's like 6, almost 7 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And then you've known friggin', Brian, Harold, everybody since friggin' he was already up here, or he came up here?
Oh, he came up here probably just about a little bit after.
Okay. Yeah. So he got lucky because you had made friends, and then you got to be like, this is my cousin.
Yeah, right. No, you're right. No, he came up here to his cousins.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
So he came up here with his dad or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Lived with his dad and stuff like that.
That was nice. Yeah, I'm sure that was really. So then, you transitioned from here. You're in Duluth. When you like, we're done going to high school and, like, whatever. What made you want to stay in Duluth? Just 'cause? Or just because you just didn't see where else you could go?
I stay here because, I don't know, it's probably about the best place you gonna get in America. You know, stuff happen everywhere.
I want to live here forever.
Right.
I want to build a house in Minnesota or Wisconsin for sure.
I mean, I don't know. When I get old and I feel my back a little bit too much,
Florida.
You know, that coldness makes with the arthritis.
Oh, I agree.
Nah, I'm going
snowbirds.
Nah, I ain't doing no Minnesota thing. Minnesota people go to Florida. I'm going to Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. I hated Los Angeles. Well, I like
it. In fact, take me to Egypt.
That's a good idea. That's a better idea.
Yeah, take me to Kemet.
And I totally agree with you. Actually, when Ponder like launches and stuff, and we start to get really big, I'm gonna build a couple different compounds. One in Georgia. Harold's family has a ton of land there that we're gonna buy and we're gonna build a ranch on, and that'll be our like summer or our winter home.
Okay.
And then I'm going to build a house in Minnesota, and that's going to be, like, all year round. If you want to come during the winter, you can. But, like, because I can't do the cold for the rest of my life. Even though I love the snow. I do.
I mean, it's beautiful.
I love it. I love getting friggin' bundled up, friggin' snow gear, and going outside and wrestling with the dogs out in the snow. It's literally the best thing you can imagine.
So you like going shovel that snow, too, huh?
Yeah. Harold's got... Harold was like a kid in a candy store this year with our new snowblower. He was like, I was like, that doesn't even need to be a snowblower. He's like, yeah, it does. He
didn't want you to.
Yeah, I was like, I can do it. He's like, no, it's heavy. I'll do it. It's fine. I got it. I was like, okay, all right. So and then we lost Mo in.
Long live Lil Mo.
Long live Lil Mo. We lost him in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll show you actually that camera. I found a bunch of pictures of him, and there's this one picture that really messed me up, it made me cry really hard, because it's kind of blurred, so it kind of looks like he's like moving fast, but you can still see like his face.
Yeah.
And then I got him and Harold playing air hockey, and him in the blue house, and I was just like bawling, and I was like, can I show you these? And Harold was up here. He's like, how do you even have all these? I'm like, I haven't freaking downloaded those pictures, and I've had that camera for 7 years. Never, ever have seen what the pictures are. So it was so weird, and I don't know. So after losing Mo, it was like, it was rough. And I know it was just absolutely, it hurt me, and I only knew Mo for like 3 years, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
And he's so goofy. He's so dumb. He used to treat me like Harold's girlfriend for so long, and then once he started talking to me, he was like, "Oh, shit. Okay, you're my friend." I was like, "Yeah, stupid." And we'd have those stupid Nerf gun wars at his apartment. And
he used to be annoying with that.
He'd be peeking out of corners and freaking sliding. He's so dumb.
And, he shot me in my eye one time. I was ready.
He always played too much. That's why him and Harold got along so well. They both played too much.
Yeah.
They played too much. So, how did losing Mo absolutely alter your world?
Shit.
I guess it's a hard question, but...
Yeah. I mean, in the deepest way possible.
Mm-hmm.
And what hurt me the most, because you know him, he liked to talk and usually be in the house by himself, because most of us and his friends, we drink and he don't, and he do not like drunk people. So the hardest part for me was not answering that last phone call. Yeah, it was probably like 3-4 days before. And that day is crazy. So I was at the beach in Wisconsin. I forgot how far it is, and I forgot the name of it.
Wisconsin Point?
Yeah. Like, nah. It's probably like about 30 minutes out.
Oh, okay.
35, 40.
Oh, like the North Shore type way? Or another way?
I don't know. It's a little old Dairy Queen around that way.
Oh, yeah. Two Harbors. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh.
Yeah, Two Harbors. And it's like right next to the water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so that day, we was at the beach. Now it wasn't on the forecast, right? It was hot, real hot, and then so the rain ended our day, and then like you could look over across the water, and you could see the dark clouds over Duluth. I'm like, it's raining. Middle of summer, what's going on? So I ended up getting dropped off at my mom's house. Like, no, it's just weird. Like, why is it raining?
Yeah.
Like that. Literally, like, as soon as I step into the door, my sister called me. She was like, yeah, bro, you ain't hear what happened? That's what you talking about. See, yeah, they just shot Limo in his head. They just killed Limo. And, like, I didn't believe her. You know, it just didn't feel real.
Yeah.
On me. And I'm like, what you mean? I didn't believe it. And then, like, everybody else got to call me. And, you know, stuff like that. It was like, and I was so mad.
I know.
Like, so mad. I was ready to just crash out. And, oh no, I didn't even want to go to because everybody was outside of the hospital. I didn't even want to go to the hospital. Like, I ain't even.
And it literally, the thing that made me the maddest was, is that, because we got the call right when he must have been transported to the hospital.
Yeah.
And I don't know who Harold was talking to, I don't remember, but he's like, what's going on? And it was like, it took the ambulance so long to get to him. To 2 blocks. Literally
2 blocks.
2 blocks away. Because it was a gunshot that he wasn't even in part of. Mo wasn't in any part. He was literally a bystander trying to de-escalate, if anything.
Yeah.
And it took them 2 minutes to get to that scene. I mean, it took them 35 minutes.
Down there.
We could. Harold and I said the same thing. We would have been running him. I wouldn't just sit there and wait for the ambulance. If I can see the hospital, we're going to the hospital.
Yeah.
And and Harold. Oh man. After Mo passed, Harold was different. He was not him. And we hadn't talked to Mo for a little while. Mm-hmm. Like a month or 2 before, because he was talking about Dakota, and Dakota was my friend, and so I stuck up for her hey, and he got mad at us and wouldn't talk to us for a while, and Harold's like, I just regret not reaching out to him, and I am holding so much grief and guilt, and I should have been a better friend. I was like, you were one of his best friends.
Yeah.
I was like, it doesn't matter that a month or 2 went by. I mean, a year could have gone by.
Yeah, you guys, gun freaks.
It's yeah, you guys are nuts. Of course, you guys are best friends. It's just things happen in life, and sometimes you need a break, and that's just what you guys were in the middle of.
Yeah.
And if he wouldn't have passed, you would have been picked up right where you left off. You would have been going shooting and playing stupid video games and doing all that stuff.
Yeah. And then too much good stuff ain't good for you.
Yeah.
Let you eat too much bacon.
Exactly. What you gonna get?
Your heart skip too many beats. Got that.
And so it was really hard. It was he just deserves to be here, and that's what kills us the most. I think that it really wears on me is because things will happen, like you having a son, or Nova growing up. These are things that he should be here for, and so that's
he would have been mandated babysitter. You don't drink either, but yeah,
we're dropping him off.
Right the fuck up.
You got a basketball hoop in your
living room? Hey, I'll be right back. Don't come back to the halfway through the next day.
You're like, where you at? I never said when.
Yes,
he would have 100%, and then he would have gone to my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
as soon as he wanted to go.
Like, I know you had the choice.
Yeah. Pay lucky.
And you should put them dogs up. I remember he literally one time.
He would have been like, don't let one of them dogs bite one of my nieces and nephews. Don't shoot that one.
Oh, shoot that. Well, he literally we were at the Blue House. I was babysitting somebody's dogs. And he's coming in the house. I'm like, hey, bro, give me a second. I'm putting the dogs in the backyard. And he opened the door anyway. And all 3 dogs came running towards the front door. And he let them all freaking go.
You thought he was finna touch them?
Baby Nama, Frigg, and another dog, and he like he could have closed the door, right?
Man, look,
but he was like, let it be, and I was like, no, what are you doing? He's like, you better get them dogs. I said, you can freaking help me get these dogs. That was the first time that he had to run and catch Nama because she was not having it. She was juking him out. He was getting mad. He took it as a challenge. That's why he always said, he was like, because we got Nama, I think, like 9 months before he passed. And so he got to see the whole puppy stage.
Yeah.
And he's like, Nama's the only puppy I'll ever hold. It's like, fuck those other dogs. But Nama's cool. I was like, she's a wolf. He's like, yeah, so I like her.
Right.
So, yeah, I know. And it's been, 3 years? And it'll never be easier. It'll never go away.
No.
And that's kind of why we keep, like, living. And we keep struggling through life. And we keep going because, you know, he's now living through us.
Yep.
He's what we're doing, he gets to see, you know, and that's like...
Crazy part about it is, his mom just told me the other day, she was like, I don't even know why she said it. She was like, Limo living through you. I gotta watch you. Yeah.
I know he's watching over us. That night that we were all gathered, the day that he went, then we were all gathered on the porch.
Yeah.
Right where he passed.
Yeah.
And thunder and lightning. No forecast.
No, like I said.
Nothing.
No, that's not on there.
Nothing on
not
there.
Not even percent of rain.
They all rolled in, and I was
poured down hard.
It was pouring. You would get soaked. And I was just crying, and Damien and everybody we were all silent. Nobody was talking. We were all just staring at the freaking pouring rain, crying. And I started, like, I don't know if it was praying or if it was just trying to reach him. And I was talking to him in my head, and the lightning would, like, respond. And so we started asking him stuff out loud, and the lightning was responding. And now every single time that there's a lightning and thunderstorm, Harold and I will go and watch it. And just sit there and watch it. Because, like, I can't explain it. I really can't. He was there. And he knew that he was there. He was 100%.
That was him crying.
Literally. The thunder was him, like, responding, like, what the hell? Like, what is happening? Like, I should be there. And it's crazy. And so, yeah, it was... And now we just have to, like, live every day. It's the same thing with when I lost my dad. I was like... I didn't think I was going to make it. I did not think I was going to want to ever continue life. I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think it was even, like... Time didn't stop. And I thought something so traumatic happened to me that I thought time would stop. And it didn't. Time just kept going. People kept living their lives and doing their thing, and that's what kind of, like, broke me, because I was like, how do you get through something? Like, how can you guys get up every day? Like, my dad's gone. Like, that's how it was. And that's why, for me, I've grown a lot since, like, he's passed, and I've gotten really comfortable with death, because, first, I think, because religion. I mean, it's really helped me. You know, I knew my dad didn't believe, but there's that part, like, if you had that light in your soul, like, that you're gonna go up to heaven. And I knew my dad had it. Just like I knew that Mo had it. And that's why I was like, the idea of a heaven is so comforting. And the idea that, like, when it's our time to go, we might see these people again. And that's why if anybody's like, oh, I can't believe you believe in God. And it's like, what else would you believe in that makes you feel so loved?
What killed me is the people that say, I don't believe in God, but I believe in a higher power. Like, oh, your delusion. Is you okay? Is you cool? All right, get you some water.
Are you talking about, I don't know.
Nah, take some of that. Goddamn.
Are you talking about God and you being the higher power? Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
And that's just what it is. And that's why, that's why you're such a good dad, because you know that you're raising, your children, but you're raising these people to be people.
Yeah.
Like, even Nova, like, they're literally tiny humans that are going to be us someday. And so and that's like when we found out that she was pregnant and we were gonna have a Zoe Jr.
Yeah.
Which we didn't know. I didn't know that was gonna be his actual name at the time. I was just that's what I was calling him. But then when you were like, oh yeah, no, it's Zoe Jr., I was like, oh, bless my soul. It's like bless that little Zoe Jr. And
he deserved that name.
He does. He's just too handsome, and so. You guys are just raising that next generation. I couldn't be more grateful because I know you. Mm-hmm. And I've seen you as parents now. Like, it's just like, it's so wild from like, growing up and doing hood rat stuff.
Hood rat.
So now you're like, did you pack the baba?
Oh, yeah. Hanging out the window with my ratchet friend.
So I think that's what it's all about. And that's why I'm really grateful that one, you wanted to even come on the podcast.
Yes.
Because a lot of people don't want to, but because they don't like a camera in their face, which I get it, but it doesn't feel like there is. Like, it's just like
No.
And that's why I'm super glad. So then, you grew up, moved from Chicago to Duluth, had a baby,
mm-hmm.
and now you're here. What is next? What do you see when you look in your future and, like, besides, obviously, being at the dinner table every Sunday, but
mm-hmm.
at our dinner table every Sunday. Yeah. What do you want to do? What is, if I became a millionaire tomorrow, and I said, Zoe, what do you want to do? What would you say?
Open up my own youth center.
Very amazing. Shut up.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that in church the other day, how cool it would be to have, like, one of those churches that have the basketball hoop in it, the court in it, and, like, other, like, places where kids can come and not be, either on the streets or in a home that isn't, they're not digging.
Right.
They get to spend time, at a center, and we'd feed them and play with them. That's super cool. I love that.
Give them that right guidance that,
yeah,
that they need.
Exactly, because, I mean, kids are so influential. It's just like, we're watching this show on Netflix, The 60 Days In.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the undercover people going to the jail and see how people are getting contraband. And it's wild because you hear these inmate stories and they're like, oh yeah, I was like 12 one day, went down a street, met a couple of guys, turned out that they're in a gang, I wanted to be in the gang, and then killed somebody. And that's why they're there. That's why they're in jail. And just that one wrong turn was and they probably didn't have any positive influence to be like, hey, you probably shouldn't join that gang.
Right, or just something to stay on.
Or something or like focus in on like school and sports and whatever, like important growing adult things. And that's what world changers are.
Yeah.
Like, if us doing this episode, you're probably going to want to watch the other episodes because they're really good.
Okay.
And the only people I have on this podcast are world changers. That's my number one rule. I've had a lot of people message me and say, I really want to be on your podcast. And I ask them a question. I go, are you a world changer? And if they're like, no, but I can tell a good story, I don't care. I don't care about your story. I want to know that if I gave you $1 million right now, that you would go and do something good with it.
Change the world.
You would go give us some out and you go change the world. Not that I would give you $1 million and you would blow it on friggin', I don't know, something that would not last long.
Right.
But that's the thing. So a youth center, like, would you want to do it in like Minnesota area, or like where would your like dream youth center location be, or all over, or like all over the U.S. and the world?
Yeah, one in each city.
Yeah. And there's a ton of, you should see my animal shelter list. There's a ton of cities.
One in each city.
Yeah, that is amazing. Because that is a super amazing goal. What a world changer thing to say.
Indeed.
Made me cry. All right. I held back this whole time. So, I mean, what else that you feel that you would want to talk about, would you want to talk about?
Right now?
Yeah. Like things that you want to, talk to me about. Or questions, or I'll give you the host mic for a second, and see if there's anything that comes to your mind that you want to talk about.
You want me to interview you?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Well, so I used to go to this. So before I used to work at the youth center.
Flip the switch.
Yeah. So before I used to work at the youth center, right? I used to go to these classes. It was like a little workforce thing, and like they used to teach us, and they paid us too, like how to interview and what to do in the interview. Oh, and one of them is mimic.
So
if I do it right now, that
I had to take the interview. That's why every single job I've ever interviewed for, I've gotten. I'm so dang good at interviews. That's the best.
If I was to how about this? I mean, just at the end of the day, you just gotta let it bleed. Right?
Yeah.
You just gotta let it bleed. The body gonna heal itself. Right?
Over
that's
time,
because of the blood of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's right. Amen.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. I mean, for me, I think I want to know. Well, no. What? No, you take over.
Right.
Yeah, you take over. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know. You just you ain't gotta be hateful. Right? That's a personal thing. Right? Now, you know, the little slavery thing, right? Now, it said in the Bible, right? 400 years of slavery. And then God go come get them, the people that's slaving people, right? And then, and then we good. That's just the curse. That's because of, just so Abraham can have kids. Right?
Yeah.
That's all that.
Yeah.
Just so we can multiply. And yeah, right, and they say, right, they talking about African American people, because they was here first. Say every 4 generations, we reborn again, right? So your soul goes to
and we just talked about this
right after you die.
The other day,
yeah, after you die, right? And then, and the only reason they putting us back down here, right, or back on Earth, is for the sins of, pretty sure it's Amorites.
Okay.
Right.
I remember reading. I can't.
I
would not even. That the names that some of the names that pop out, I just.
Yeah. Right.
I just go right over. Right? I just go right over because I can't even attempt.
Now I got to a point to buy it whatever day without all the kids. I was like, man.
I did the same thing. I was like, okay, 15 kids later, and
right.
We're here.
Supposed to have as many kids as Abraham out here. Got the whole kingdom, a whole world full of people.
Literally, that's hilarious. Okay, so then where was that going?
I was just saying.
Oh, okay. Actually,
I was just saying.
I will tell you something cool about myself that I don't know if you knew.
Okay.
So my Gramps, I don't know if you've ever met you. He was at the wedding, so you probably did meet him.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
So my Gramps did research. He's got the highest IQ I've ever met in my life. He's such a dork, but he's so smart. And he retraced our ancestry. And he found out that I'm related to. I have his book right here. I'm related to this guy, Charles Sumner. Okay. Charles Sumner was friends with Abraham Lincoln. And he is the one that started the anti-slavery movement. So literally your first Abraham...
You must have gotten some of that black Gucci.
And it was like, we gotta set these people free. Lord have mercy. And so,
Okay. Now you got it.
I wanna. There's a part in here that it tells you right away all the things that he's done, but it was so cool because he was the person that got beat up on Senate floor. So my great uncle was Charles Sumner, and Charles Sumner went to Senate and said, there should be anti-slavery. We are against it. Blah 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 blah. And somebody who was a slave owner, one of the older men, beat him on the Senate floor, whooped his ass on the Senate floor, and he went to Abraham. He's like, you need to do something about this, seriously. And
before God burned him down again.
It's just not. But yeah, so I learned that he was a advocate of international peace, leader of educational and prison reform movements, organizer of anti-slavery Whigs, a founder of the Republican Party, and the outstanding anti-slavery spokesman in the Senate during the 1850s. Uh-huh. Are you kidding me? So that's my ancestor, right? Yeah. Does it not all make sense? The person that I am today.
Yeah.
Hashtag future president.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here?
Shit, shout out Uncle Grandpa.
Yeah, shout out. Shout out Uncle Sumner. There you go.
Yeah.
So that was something cool that I learned about my ancestry, and now I wanna order like one of those ancestry.com things.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen those? Just to see. Like, I think Weirdo did one, but it doesn't. Ancestry is like $100. But it tells you where you're from, like Dominican Republic, or like
I know.
Like, Cameroon. Yeah. Weirdo had like a percentage of Cameroonian.
Like, nigga, you black.
Duh. Of course you from Africa. Oh.
It just sounds cool.
But I want to get the one where it traces like your ancestors, like all the way back. Wouldn't that be so cool?
Yeah, I do one of those.
Just to see, because you never know who you're related to. I mean, it's crazy, and that's like...
What if we do that, right? What if I was to do it, and they were like, yeah, you related to Jesus? Well, that'd be wild.
I don't think they had that technology that long ago.
Oh!
I don't think that Jesus was fingerprinted, dog.
Don't they got some of the blood of Jesus Christ at the Pope
I know, I drink it every Sunday, so I don't know. I'm not sure. It comes in a plastic cup.
You drinking wine or...
It tastes like grape. It tastes like grape.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I'll DNA test that first thing Sunday morning. So I think we had I guess, would you have any advice for people that are out there battling, whether it's grief or moving to new places or having kids or dealing with the everyday life? Would you have any advice that you would give them, or that even you would tell your younger self?
Yeah, stay focused and stay proper from head to toe. Right, and turn all the paper and all the pain and sadness into paper.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah. Help, and we're just changing the world.
Yeah, and then you gotta live.
Yeah, live your life. That's probably the best advice. Live your life for you.
Yeah.
Because if you're living your life for anybody else, then that's just not a life that you should be living.
Yeah.
Amen. And seriously, because that's like people that get really caught up in like a relationship, and they forget who they were before that relationship, and then now you're too much like your partner that it's not working because you're trying to copy whatever they're doing. You're trying to fit in with them, and you lose yourself in the process. That's not living for you.
No.
That's waking up every day because you want to make this person happy, which is fine. You can make somebody happy. That's totally fine.
You gotta take care of yourself
But you have to take care of yourself first. And it took me a long time to know how to do that without having to take care of somebody else.
Yeah.
Because that's like, even with kids, you're not only thinking of yourself now. You have to think of them, and everything you do, every decision you make, it has to be because you want to better them. And that's why we have to, as world changers, stay calm and stay focused and have an outlet.
Yep.
Because if you don't have an outlet, then you're going to get, angry and upset or mean, and we don't want to portray that on anybody. Because, like, for example, I get haters in, like, my games. Like, I stream online. And people come in, they'll be really mean, right? It's Call of Duty. Obviously, people are going to be so super mean. I'm so used to that. But I used to be mean back.
Right.
And now I'm not. I'm super nice.
No, even me. I even changed, right? I think the last time I was playing 2K online. And I don't know. The little boy had to probably be like 6, 7, 8. And I won.
Oh, okay.
And he said, that boy said, fuck you fucking nigga. I said, you got it. Oh, my bad. No, that's what, no. Okay. So I'm over whooping.
Okay.
That's what he said.
I'm just gonna edit that little edit that word out just real quick because that was.
I mean, that's what he said.
That was yeah.
Yeah. I ain't even feel no type way. I'm in my head like that little boy crazy.
Some of these kids on these video games are wildin' though.
Man.
I have met like 6, 7, 8-year-olds that are absolutely wildin'. I'm like, dude, where's your mom? Like, that's
you know
crazy.
You can play a game, right?
Like, you know you not actually die, right?
Yeah.
I had a girl come to my stream and she was peed off because I kept killing her in like Search and Destroy. She was mad. And she came into my party and was talking smack. And she's like, 1v1 me if you're so good. 1v1 me. And I was like, I just spent the entire game killing you. Why would I want to 1v1 you?
Like, now it's getting boring.
Yeah, and you're no match for me,
like
dog.
Bully.
Yeah, I feel like a bully. I don't bully. I protect the bully. Or I protect the kids from the bully.
Right.
And
me and Limo used to bully the bullies.
Exactly. That's the only way to go.
Now we not no bullies, but
they deserved it. I am that way because I was pretty severely bullied in school. I got picked on. I got picked on pretty good, and I'll go and have lunch with like my friends from school that I didn't really hang out with in high school, and they're like, dang, you got bullied, and then I'll like say a couple of the rumors, and they'll be like, oh, I did hear all those rumors. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, it was 10 times worse for me. Like, you just heard the rumors, I was living in the rumors, and that's what made me.
You probably living better than most of them.
Well, that's what made me so strong, and I'm glad that I got picked on because I mean, little Peyton was not glad.
Right.
I mean, but today as an adult, I'm 10 times stronger. I can take anybody. I can stand up to anybody. Just because, you're bigger than me or you're more intimidating or whatever, it doesn't matter. Because I know who I am. I'm confident enough to portray that out to the world. And it's just like, exactly, I mean, I'm out here actively doing something. While the kids that bullied me are at the bar.
Right. I'm
at the bar.
I'm the type, I probably still walk up like, what's up, bro? Kill him with kindness.
Kill him with kindness.
You want a shot?
And that's I ran into so many of my bullies they all pretty much live in the same area. But that's how I was, and I was like, I mean, there is one bully that Harold makes fun of me because he's like, what are you gonna do if you ever see her? Because she was the worst. And I said, I think I'll just avoid her. He's like, oh, but every time you want to stand up to her, I'm like, no, I stood up to her enough in high school. Like, high school females are rough.
Yeah.
They really are. So it was, but I'm glad. I'm super glad. Because now we bully the bullies. And bullying we're adults now, so we got to bully them with kindness. But
yeah.
But I still, slap you up. Let's go. I gotta go to Cloquet middle school tomorrow. My cousin's getting picked on. So we're gonna go bring him lunch. It's the last week of school. We're gonna go bring him like 3 bags of McDonald's. We'll just all eat there.
Right.
Kid that got McDonald's is the kid you want to hang out with.
Exactly.
That's because they're gonna give you McDonald's next time. And no, I'm proud. I'm really from where, we've fallen off with a few people from back in the day. When we first started hanging out at Hunters, and we all thought we were gonna be this like amazing friend group and whatever. But then we all kind of grew up, and some people grew up in the direction of, I don't really care where my life goes, to us, that we're like, no, we're going to make sure our life goes this way.
Right.
Like, there's not stopping. I mean, we're not, I'm not going to live in a town forever, my entire life, this little town, only see this town. No, we're going to travel the world. We're going to make our dreams come true. I'm going to friggin' buy my nieces and nephews a friggin' all one airplane. They could go.
Right, each.
Yeah. Well, no, not each.
Oh.
Because the gas. You know how many planes are in the sky?
Give them a solar powered one.
That's a good idea. We should invent that. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And yeah, nobody take that seriously. That's ours.
Come on now, I got proof.
Yeah, we got proof. This is on the internet forever. But no, I'm really proud. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of how far we've all come, but it's just like, you could have chose to be like, no, I'm gonna still do some hood rat stuff. I'm still gonna I'm not gonna go be with my son all the time. And now you're like, I miss my kids. Yeah. I miss my kids. And I'm so proud of you. I just am so lucky that you're a part of our family.
I'm glad to be a part of the family.
It's crazy.
And I love the shit out of my kids. Yeah.
It's true. And we have so many more adventures, and you know, they're just starting to grow, and like when we're able to go on like family vacations with everybody's kids. Like, it'll just be like those, you know, because that's the family that we are. And a lot of people, a lot of friend groups maybe don't have that. And I feel bad about that because you should have friends that you're really close with. But some people aren't ready to deal with the love and, you know, support that some people have, you know?
Yeah.
Like us. Like, if I were in trouble and I called one of you, you would answer.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Damien and Harold were beefing one time, super long, right after Mo died, a couple months after Mo died, because of the whole money thing.
Right.
And Harold called Damien in a panic, and Damien's like, "Where do you want me to meet you?"
Right.
They haven't spoken in friggin' months, but
he was still there.
But he was there because he knew that, you know, when emergencies happen, we're just there for each other. Yeah. And that's why I was telling you, like, you know, this is just like, you know, this is home. Wherever we are, like, say in the future we live in one state, you live in another state. If I come to your state, I'm staying at your house. Because that's my home, too. You
come beat the door down there.
Yeah, I'm going to wake you up. I will wake you up. And the same thing goes for our house.
If you got a camper, come pull in the driveway and go ahead.
I'm going to buy a whole bus. That's the goal.
Right.
I want a bus.
Buy a whole planet around there.
Dig a moat. I'll be the only one that knows how to get in.
Me.
And no, so I'm super excited for this next phase in all of our lives. I mean, this next step is going to be insane.
Yeah.
With Ponder, with everybody figuring out what they want to do and how they want to fit into, like, you know, the plan. That's in the next 5 years is we're going to see what everyone wants to do and making it happen. That's why with your, you know, your youth center, I would, you know, when you're sitting there and you're not doing nothing, I would seriously start, like, planning in your head. I would or even, like, I bought a book from Barnes & Noble. And it's, like, a business book. It helps you, like, start a business. Take it. Freaking read it. It's amazing. Well, actually, let me finish a couple chapters. But it's amazing. It's so good. It's so good, and it's really helped me. And that's what, I mean, you're doing something good. And it's easy to get funding for. It's easy to get those type of things, you know. And plus with Ponder, you know, you won't have to worry about it. We'll build a brand new building. I'm not worried about it.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, think of you should start thinking of what you would want to be and what you would want to do and what your center portrays. Because that is, like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that's what you want to do. I knew that you worked at the youth center.
Yeah, that's kind of like, I mean, I got plenty of skills. Yeah. You know, plenty of skills.
A jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
But, like, that's the thing I feel like that's needed.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
In my head.
And it's not even like that you would have to, you know, the first however long of running a youth center, you'd probably be, like, the front and center type thing. But after that, you'd be a freaking, like, corporate, like, you're building these buildings so that kids have a safe place. And so you're never just at one. You know, you're traveling to all these ones and making sure that they're being built correctly and that they're being run correctly and that type of thing.
And letting all the kids see me.
You have this, you have the people skill and you have the professional, like, I could run this business type of attitude. And that's what you need. And this is the best advice that I've gotten so far as a business owner. Is there's two types of people that do business. People that are doing business for money and people are doing business because of a passion. Right? And so, look at Ponder. That, I've put so much money into that. I can't even tell you how much. It's like, you might crap your pants.
I think I probably about know.
Probably. I mean, it's a lot. And, I could have stopped.
But you manifested that, and I'm proud of you. Me. I was so happy for you when I seen that. I said, lunch party. Okay. We ain't getting there yet, so what? You might be right the hell around there.
That was never, like, that was never the goal, too, is to never, like, I didn't care about being rich, I just cared about helping, but then when I started looking in the business numbers, and, like, how much the pet industry is worth, and how much good we can do and how much money we can make, I was like, oh, damn.
I was like, that's my. Get that Porsche on.
I was like, dang, I cannot believe that my dream is that profitable. Like, it was crazy. And the same with the youth center. Like, it's not about the money. We don't start it because of money. We start it because we want to help. But so many people in the community will be so grateful that they'll put money into the building so that you don't have to.
Yeah.
With donations and things like that. And so it's such a cool thing. And that's why with Ponder, I mean, I have a 5-year plan. We're on year 1 right now, which is launch the app.
Yep.
Year 1, we get, shelters to download. We get people just knowing about the app. Year 2, I'm traveling the U.S. full time. By next year, I want to be traveling. This house will be an Airbnb, and we'll be traveling full time. And I'll have employees and stuff like that. That's probably like 2 years away. Mm-hmm. But in my 5-year plan, I want to own that land. And when Harold and I before we got married, when we first started dating, halfway through our relationship, and then before we got married, we had a conversation. Where do you see yourself? So that we match up, our dreams and our goals match up. So like in 5 years, I'm like, oh, I want to go do this, and he's like, I don't want to do that.
Right.
Like, we need to be on the same page because if we're gonna be together forever, we need to consistently be communicating.
Yeah.
And that was
all is binded by the finger.
I mean, we are. I mean, and that's why I take marriage and relationships so seriously now.
Mm-hmm.
That I found somebody that like is legit my soulmate. I mean, I've known this man since kindergarten. I got a freaking memory book in my downstairs right now. That first page you open, it's a hand-drawn picture of me and Harold in crayons, holding hands, and it says Peyton and Harold.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane. That's my soulmate. And so now what I know what it feels like, true love actually feels like. I remember all my past relationships, or like see my friends and family in relationships that I know I'm like, oh, it's not gonna last, because there's not that we can get through anything kind of bond. And that's what you need when you are gonna like actually marry or become one with somebody. And that's why I try to give advice. But also, I had a friend on stream. This is when we lived in the Blue House, and he was like, you can't give relationship advice when you're in a happy relationship. It's not fair. He's like, you're rubbing it in our face. And I was like, no, I just want people to know that that one is out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something easy. It'll never be easy. Relationships, but a lot of people are like, relationships are really hard. I don't know. I feel like my relationship is not hard.
Yeah.
I feel like we just like.
It's only hard if you're not really embedded all the way into it.
Yeah, like I don't feel like we have like disagreements and arguments, and he plays too much, and I get mad at him for playing too much, but it's like.
That's just y'all being human.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I could never like kicking somebody, like a couple's together and one of them kicks the other out of the house, right? I couldn't do that because I couldn't physically think of Harold not having anywhere to sleep. The same reason that I wanted you to stay here, because I love you so much that you sleeping anywhere else that's not safe, I just can't allow it. Well, I just can't do it. I can't do it.
People that do that in relationships, they ain't never been kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Too privileged.
That is also true, because yes, that is true. And I think that's probably why that's just in there, because I've been in that situation where there's nowhere to go, there's no one to call, there's nothing that you can do, you figure it out or you die.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like that serious.
That's what it is, and it is, because, because nobody's going to feed you, nobody's going to put you to sleep, nobody's going to freaking be like, oh, here's this 5-star hotel I got. Like, It's not. You're going to figure out, I mean, I remember when I was dating Will before Harold, he was like, we're gonna move to Florida and we're gonna live in a house. I already got the house. He was showing me pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to get out of there, so I didn't care. I was like, yeah, let's go. This was before my dad died. And went to Florida. We got there. It wasn't a house, it was a trailer, and a dude lived in it. And he said that he had to fight off somebody trying to knife him the other night from breaking in. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not staying in this random dude's trailer home. And he just told me that somebody
already watching him, and
I'm not doing that. And so Will's like, well, what are you going to do? Like, I'm not going to pay for anything. And I was like, okay. And I literally stayed in that airport for 5 days until I was able to actually, like, figure out what my next move was. Because I didn't have any, like, the money I had was, like, probably $100. and I had to get a flight home because now I can't stay in Florida if I don't have nowhere to stay. So now I'm in a whole other state. That was the craziest. I stayed in the Minneapolis airport for 3 nights, and and I did not sleep at all. There was not. I asked them. I said, "Can you guys watch me while I sleep real quick?" They walked away. They went to like Starbucks and got something to drink or eat. And I woke up.
TSA?
No, Will. I was with Will.
Oh, the person you was with. Yeah.
And I woke up and I was pissed. I was like, how? Like, you cannot. I asked you to watch me for a reason. Like, I didn't ask you to watch me because I want you to watch me sleep. I want you to make... I'm at the airport. I'm a 5'2" little blonde girl. The Minneapolis airport is one of the most dangerous airports in the freaking world.
As soon as I go in there, it just feel like...
It feels...
somebody on some other stuff.
Literally, that's literally the vibe.
And it's probably one of the TSA people.
You never know. You literally never know. And so I was mad. I was pissed. And they're like, why are you so mad? And I was like, you can't get abducted because you're a 5'7" ex-military veteran. I was like, that's
right. You put up too much of a fight.
Yeah, you put too much of a fight. I'm easy. I might do some damage, but they're gonna get me.
Yeah.
And so I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep for that whole week at all, not one. And then I finally, like 5 days later, broke down and called my mom. And then when I was in the Florida airport, and I tried to buy a car. With no down payment, and the dude was like, yep, you can do it. Was there for 5 hours, and then we get to the freaking signing the paperwork. You need a $2,000 down payment. What? I told you from the beginning.
That's the Minneapolis thing.
Oh.
Down there tripping.
I was like, I told you I can't afford a car. Floyd. Yeah, that was rough. The military, we were down there for the riots, not for the first week. That was like buildings on fire and stuff, and we went down, I think, maybe it wasn't the first week, but it was in the daytime.
Tear gas.
That's
probably the coldest picture I've seen. Because they threw it.
I've seen it. And they were
kicked it back. I said, they out there.
Yeah, it was really, so we went, and we were booted. Like, we were all in all black, military, freaking, like, vests, and, like, combat boots, and freaking black hats. We were with Dakota Wiseman and Keemon and Harold.
Yeah, because they were shooting people in the head with them rubber bullets.
Yeah.
But that hurt, though.
And so we were at George... that's where I spoke. I never showed you that video.
Oh, no. You show me right after as soon as we're done with this.
Oh, yeah. I spoke at George Floyd.
We'll go hit the black, and then you show me.
Okay. And, no, I was there, and it was terrible. It was incredibly sad. It was the most sad place I've ever been in my whole life.
Everybody was up here, like, one of my brothers or whatever. One of my blooders, right?
Okay.
He was like, yeah, bro. We gotta go down. Let's go down there and go loot. Nah, I'll go down there. I ain't gonna be worried about looting nothing. They probably gonna have a knee on my back of my neck too.
It was
right?
It was
so
scary.
I just didn't even go.
I'm glad. It was scary. I mean, as soon as we were all there, peaceful. It was peaceful protesting all the way. And I think 9 o'clock hit, and every single phone went off. And it was a text message from the government saying that if you were not in your home by 10 o'clock, or wherever you needed to go by 10 o'clock, that they would enforce whatever.
The martial law?
Yeah. And so, 9 o'clock, everybody starts kind of leaving. They got freaking helicopters. They got military vehicles coming down the street, everything. And I was like... oh crap! And here I was like, we gotta go. He's like, I'm strapped. Like, I can't be here.
You could talk your stuff to the police.
But the military,
they ain't got nothing to do with that.
They are literally here because somebody ordered them to be here.
They liable to break your neck.
And then when somebody's like, why'd you break that guy's neck? They'll be like, he wasn't listening.
What do they say? Orders.
Yeah, orders. Yeah, orders.
Orders.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It was. It really felt like that. It was crazy. So, no, the world is scary, and that's why I think this podcast is so important and why I've kept going with it. Because I think the world needs to be reminded that there's actual world changers out there and that, we're actually actively trying to make a difference, not just saying that we want to.
Oh, no, yeah, this is definitely a good one. Now, I've been watching a lot of podcasts like FYBJ, man, DJU. Like,
no, I'm saying
you
watch everybody else's podcast. You watch my podcast.
No.
What the heck are you?
They be on the
you try to make me crazy. You're on television.
But this definitely a good one. Being in one,
Yeah, you get to
this
see
right
it.
up there with that.
It's and you'll get to watch it. I mean, and you can literally come on anytime. I probably am gonna have Adonis's dad next week. He's from Greece and he came to America, so that's gonna be fun. But yeah,
that's gonna be hilarious.
And you can't even understand what he's saying. Like he's so Greek, it's crazy. So no, anytime you want to come back on and you like say you're like after this and you leave and you're like, oh, I had another topic.
Hey,
and then you can and we can.
I got something the world needs to hear.
I got something the world needs to hear. That should be our next title for the next one.
I got something the world needs to hear.
That's good. I like that. So we should do that. And I want to get Omar on here. And so I think we've been at it for a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this
about an hour
before we leave.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this for let's say this for
Oh no.
To the white girls.
Oh God.
Stop doing the white Air Forces like that.
The white.
It's disrespectful.
What?
Okay, you gotta get it together.
Like what?
Okay, so now we playing crazy.
Like what?
Okay, you see these, right?
Yeah. Super nice.
Y'all see
clean.
them, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, these they look like they got on black Air Force Ones.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
We gotta stop it.
I've seen those TikToks where they're
like, together.
I've seen that. That's so funny.
Y'all make Omar mad around here.
We do not want Omar mad.
But yeah, though. Good vibes, though.
Goodbye. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we hope you guys have a great week. And we hope you enjoy it. And we'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you for having me.
All right.
Have a good day, y'all.
Have a good